Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been over a month now since my last video, due to circumstances, hospital and whatnot, other plans falling through, and yeah, so this one's a bit of a kickstart to sort of kick the channel back up a bit, just before Christmas. I've had a month break, so it's time we get some new content out. So we got a Mark 8 Fiesta. It's not an ST, unfortunately, but it is an ST-line. Not that that really means anything nowadays, really, with every company sort of jumping on the bandwagon. Peugeot, you've got the GT line. Other manufacturers, I've seen them about, but I can't remember the names of them. But yeah, it's sort of all blending it into one model, really. But yeah, let's take a little look around. It's my little 24-hour review. It's only a hire car just while the van's in for a service. As I was never a fan of the Mark 8 until it actually got released. And I started seeing them on the roads, and I thought, yeah, the front end doesn't look too bad. But then I went to the back end, and I was just like, it's like a B-Max. It's like, it's everyone's opinion, really. It looks a bit like a B-Max, and it's just no style into it. But over time, I've come to grown it a bit. But yeah, just have a little look around, drives fairly well. I mean it's a standard Fiesta, really. It's good chassis. It feels like you're fairly planted to the road. I just don't like the other things that go with it. Like, obviously it feels connected. It's weird. It feels connected to the road, and it goes where you want it to go. It doesn't understeer or oversteer unless you're obviously taking it beyond its limits. But it's things like the seat feels too hard, so it sort of ruins the feel of it. And that's a fairly new car, and the seat will wear in over time. But being a hire car, you sort of expect it to be abused a little bit, so it should, yeah. But yeah, right, let's go around the things that really annoy me, and let's start off with that is not a fog light. That's, well, one's off, one's on. It's not like the bulb's blown. No, that is a turning light, because obviously we're on lock. Why? There's no need for a fog light to be a turning light, because it's not a turning light. If you imagine, right, headlights on, your normal dip beam goes sort of about that angle over that way. You turn to go around the corner and the fog light comes on. There's your normal dip beam angle, and the fog light angle beam is probably that. But because it's just a reflective halogen bulb, the beam pattern only comes from what, to there. Beyond that, the darkness, it just doesn't break through the darkness, and you can't see anything anyway. At least make them LED. At least so they look nice. You've got like these nice LED DRLs and everything that run round. Halogen bulb with a halogen bulb. It just looks. It's a nice new modern car. But we're going to kick it back a couple of years and put some halogen bulbs on it. Oh, never noticed that because of the dirt before. Someone has curbed it. That wasn't me. Yeah, let's go inside where it's a bit warmer. Right. Second thing I noticed was the wing mirrors. So I don't like them because they're too small, and they also haven't got like the little curved feature. So if you imagine the Mark 7 mirrors probably about the same size, like height wise, but they sort of come out a little bit longer. And they've also got, people know what I mean, I don't know what the technical term for it is called, but you'll either have a line or like a dotted line, and beyond that point the mirror sort of curves round, and so you can see into your blind spot more. That doesn't have that, which I find is quite annoying. But yeah, interior wise, I drove one of these at, I think it was the Excel Centre for their full driving skills thing a couple of years ago. I didn't mind it then, I just don't know why I didn't. I suppose because it was new and I was just concentrating on what was going on rather than the car itself. But steering was nice. You got a few buttons going on, like steering was nice, but I don't know the button layout. I suppose it's just because I'm used to the Mark 7. Automatic gearbox. No, I don't like it. It's smooth changing gears, but if you're cruising along the motorway in 6th gear, you sneeze and it wants to change down a gear and go. I don't know why. You don't need to. It just does it. No matter how gentle you are on the throttle, it will just go. Footwell. I mean, I'm not the tallest person. I'm 5'7", 5'8", and it doesn't feel that big. That's my normal resting leg position, and it just keeps hitting on the centre console all the time, because I don't know if you'll be able to see or not because they haven't got footwell lights. But there's your brake pedal, and then this is the footrest. Obviously, being an automatic gearbox, you haven't got a clutch pedal. Now, if you had a clutch pedal, the clutch is going to be there, so the footrest is going to be underneath it. So how are you meant to rest your foot? And it also seems like I said, very tight, so that's not a lot of room. It's all very jammed in. What can I say? I've only got it for 24 hours, so I can get rid of it soon. Sat-Nav, touchscreen. Sat-Nav doesn't put you where you want to go. Trying to go home yesterday, so rather than typing my home address, just typed in town, and it told me touch screen, you think it's making the route. But yeah, I typed in my hometown, and rather than putting it in the centre of town like iPhone and Google Maps does, it put me on the outskirts. So I was like, maybe it's just a one-off. So I tried a different town, and it done it again. Well, if you're putting me on the edge of the town, I'm not in town, am I? That's not where I wanted to go. So that's not that good. But also the volumes, the Sat-Nav volume and the radio music volume are independent of each other. So say you've got your radio on volume 5, the Sat-Nav can be on volume 5, but you can turn it up. How you turn it up individually without... The only way I've really done it is when she's actually talking and giving me directions. I just turn it up a little bit. But on your iPhone and Google Maps, or on Google Maps anyway, because that's what I use all the time, when the Sat-Nav gives you an announcement of what to do, it will dim the volume of your music so you can hear. On this it doesn't. So if you've got the Sat-Nav volume and your music volume at the same volume 5, whatever, the music's going to overplay the announcement, and then you're not going to hear what she's saying. I mean, yeah, you can look on the screen, but you don't really want to be looking on the screen when you're driving. If you're doing 70 mile an hour down the motorway, you don't want to sit there going, where am I going? Where am I going? You're concentrating on driving, but yeah, so it's just going to overlap each other, and it's just going to come out as a mess on the radio, and you're not going to understand what's going on. Yeah, so that's that moaned about. And then the throttle response. I mean, I can push that as gentle as I like. Okay, that's actually the lowest RPM I've ever had it, but normally it shoots up to about 2.5. Being an automatic as well, as soon as you're in drive and you press go, it just wants to go. There's no clutch. But yeah, I wouldn't have one as a daily. I'd prefer something else for commuting. But yeah, let's go for a drive. Let's see what it's like. Right, buckle up. Take this for a spin around the lanes. Drive. No manual. Steering feels a bit heavier at the back. Let's let this car pass. Well, I also noticed it's got lane assist on this. Yeah, full new lane assist technology, and again, it only comes into play above 43 miles an hour. Is it worth it? Not that I've seen. All it seems to do is vibrate the wheel in like 3 pulses. So imagine you've lost a wheel weight on your front wheel, and you get a slight little vibration through the wheel. That's what it'll do, but it'll do it in 3 bursts. And that's it. I mean, honestly, like I said, it feels planted to the road, so obviously you can feel how the road feels through the steering wheel. And if you're driving down a dodgy bit of road, you get more feel from that than the vibration from the lane assist. So if you didn't know that you had the lane assist, which quite a lot of people don't know they do, you can just think, oh, just a little bit of vibration on the road, and you ain't going to know. But it also says when it will vibrate, it will give you an indication on the dashboard. Can you see it? No, the thing's like this big. It doesn't flash bright green or red or whatever. No, it's white, so it blends in with all the other details on the dashboard. Another gimmicky thing, I think, relatively nice one. We've got flying around a blind bend on the wrong side of the road. Yeah, just put it in small. Flashing paddle automatic. Another one on the wrong side of the road. 3-cylinder, 1 litre 3-cylinder, so it should be. And the transit connect behind me sticking up a bit. Chassis and the handling and such. I mean, suspension's not hard because it's an ST-line, it's not going to be your standard Z-Tech suspension where everything can roll around. It does feel fairly nice to drive. Just trying to get a bit of road when it's around. Fucking paddle, come on, change up, there we go. That was me about. Downshift doesn't. It's a good second delay between downshifts when you want it to. It's meant to be in sport mode. What that does, I don't know. Apart from it won't change up automatically. Change. Yeah, it won't change up if you're sitting at 5,000 RPM. It'll just sit there rather than changing up automatically. That's the only difference I've found between drive mode and sport mode. Yeah. It is what it is. It's not going to be like a Ferrari gearbox, dual clutch, or sequential gearbox or whatever. It's not going to be like instant millisecond changes. It's what it is. There's a few little buttons on the stalks, like the indicator and your windscreen wipers. Rather than a nice little dial, they put these little switches on the ends which are very sensitive and just feel cheap. And it's a love-hate thing. You get in it, you go, oh, this is quite nice, but then you start to drive it and you find out little bits and you're like, oh, I don't like that, I don't like that. But I suppose this is what test drives are for. Too much traffic around, so we'll leave it at that one. So yeah, as a first car, yeah, would I have it after owning a car? But would I go from my first car to this?
see you.